What up? Welcome to, what is it, Wednesday? I don't even know the day. Wednesday, August 27th. This is FANTRAX draft number 5 for me. We're doing a lot of these on the stream. Got the 4th pick. Actually did a draft earlier offline. My wife's team went pretty well. Got the result of that one too. Talk about some ADP changes. All that good stuff. 1 second here. Kappa, what up, man? He's got a #1 crown next to his name. There we go. All right, got the hat on, drafting cap. So a couple new. How many FANTRAX do I have planned? For myself, 16, and my crazy wife has. You're at 9, right?
Yeah.
Well, you did one early. She did a $25 one really early. So did I in like June. So she's gonna be doing 10, managing 10 leagues. So I draft those for her, take some of her players she likes, and then she manages it, which is good because she's better at start-sit decisions than I am. So we got some guys I'm used to on here. DB Cooper, play with him a lot. Burrow to Chase has been in almost every one of these with me. Essentially 2. He's in fucking like 10 of my 17. He drafted from the 1 slot yesterday. It wasn't great. Good Lord, guys. Well done. I don't know how well done it is, but she's got the bug. Erica's had a very successful start. 5 leagues. Never missed the playoffs. 2 championships, 2 seconds. So she's been in the championship game 4 out of 5. Those are all lower, like $100 and $50. But more successful than me. Wish I drafted those teams for my teams. It's a little hot in here. All right, 1 minute. 1 minute. Do some draft grades later. Got some cold beer to cool me down. Oh shit! Is it a public Kappa? A guillotine public league? How much is it? Never done one. I'm a little scared. That's when like you lose when the lowest team is just eliminated, right? My question is, do those players go back into the player pool like free agents, or are they just out of the equation? Doing with my boss. Well, good luck, dude. Let me know how it goes. It's an interesting strategy because like a player like Rashee Rice is undraftable. I mean, maybe in the last round, but you got to get to week. He's not playing till week 7. You got to get to week 7, or he's useless. All right, here we go. Hoping I can get Gibbs would be nice because these leagues, man. If you don't draft running back in the first round, when you're in the top 4, there's a chance you get left out of the RB1s. Damn, the crazy thing is teams become a free agent in guillotine. So like, I wonder how the like waiver wire order works in those. Pretty standard so far. Don't do it, bro. Heyo. Thank you. Thank you. CeeDee Lamb at 3. That's nice. Gives you flexibility to go wide receiver if you need to. If you want to take Bowers. I've been kind of sticking with an early running back approach.
So who'd you get?
Gibbs at 4.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry you didn't get that. Yeah, it worked out. That's believe it or not, the earliest I've seen Jefferson go. St. Brown at 7. $1,000 fab in the guillotine leagues, and then so I don't know. It's weird. You want to just spend all your money the first couple weeks because, like, if you just get eliminated and you have your fab thinking you're fine, you're gonna be kicking yourself. There goes Puka at 8. St. Brown at 7 though. Wowzers. That's a Kappa move. He would do that. Yeah, it was Berta Chase. He's mixing it up, though. I know he plays a lot of leagues, so a lot of times you get these guys playing 10, 12 leagues, and they get a lot of the same draft slot. They will just kind of reach and take different guys, so they don't have the same team. I would go down to Flames and just pick the same players. I'm not going to take a guy I have ranked at like 16 or 13 at 7 just to do it. Malik Neighbors has been falling. The first 2 I did, he went 7th and 9th. And I saw him go to the second round yesterday. They haven't really came out with anything about his toe and whatever else injury he has. I'm of the belief that Malik Neighbors is Allen Iverson, just doesn't want to practice. And I guess I see the point. He's been dealing with his toe injury since college, so like why go through training camp? I think he's that dude that doesn't need to practice. Kind of how Terrell Owens used to say he didn't stretch before games, never got hurt. Must be nice, man. 11 and now 12th, so not too crazy. On the papers here. Ooh, Nico and Drake London. I love that. Caffrey and Brown. Those are some nice teams. Pulling wide receiver is risky though. Unless you believe in a Breece Hall, Travion Henderson, or something like that for your RB1 in the 3rd round, which I don't like doing. Seems too risky for me. There's 11 running backs. If you want to count Kyron, this is a full PPR, but if you want to count Kyron, that's 12. I don't count Hampton. Like, I don't count Kenneth Walker. Oops, I'm going to do a rank. Breece Hall, James Cook. I mean, they're solid, but do any of them have elite upside? Maybe Hampton, but you have a lot of downside there. Derrick Henry falling to the 17th pick. That's weird. I've seen him go 8th, and I've seen him go, I got him 16th in a draft. Now I've seen him go 17. We're up in 2 picks. I would love Taylor or Jacobs. If that doesn't work, there goes A.J. Brown, so I'm going to get one of them. Oh, Gibbs Taylor start would be sick. Yeah, definitely. Kappa said, do I recognize teams from the past years I've played? DB Cooper I've played against for a while. And then more so this year, there's a lot of newer names that I'm in a lot of the same leagues with. Now, sometimes people change their name. Fuck. All right, guess I'm taking Jacobs. Really hoping to get JT there. Would have been sick. It's all good. I feel like Jacobs is a little safer. JT has bigger upside, even though he's in a worse offense. All right, so I can't go running back. So who I'd really like to get is JSN or McConkey. McConkey always goes around like 25. Not even really a big fan of him. I'll take McBride too. 5 picks, and I got 3 guys in my queue. There goes the donkey. Not feeling Lad McConkey this year, though. I think that's super overvalued player.
Who'd you get with your second pick?
Jacobs. 1 pick away from getting JT. What, you wanted that start?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I probably won't get some of the values that we got earlier. We drafted from the 4 spot earlier with her draft. Who would you get? It was, who'd you get with your second pick?
Barkley and A-Chain.
Barkley and A-Chain. A-Chain went 13th in this one, by the way. So I think people, I mean, the news today was promising about his ankle injury. So I think he was falling to like the mid to end of the second round. But, I mean, I don't know. Coaches lie all the time, but they say he's fine. And there goes Hampton. Okay. I have one player in my fucking queue. I don't like that. I don't like any of these fucking options. This is gross. I mean, this has to be a Josh Allen pick. If fucking hate doing it, quarterbacks fall so fucking late. Heyo! All right, there's no way you can't take McBride. He can't take McBride. Bowers and McBride have the same bye. Hey, that's fucking lovely, dude. That would be lovely. Sweet. Nice hat. Thanks, dude. It's the draft hat. Drafting with it. Oh, that was just a gift from the heavens. Not that I'm religious, but hey.
You're using it?
Yeah. It's easier. I don't have to hold it. And you get to see some of my body.
Did you show your nipples?
No, not yet. That comes later.
Who'd you get in the third pick?
McBride. That was nice because I just don't like any of those receivers there.
Mine was so gay.
I don't know. You can't say that. People think I'm a bigot. Or actually, they think you're a bigot.
Why?
You said gay. There's
Stupid.
3 people watching, okay? You're going to get in trouble.
Stupid.
Yeah.
I meant
Well,
gay.
Yeah, that's what we used to say in the 90s. Gay was stupid. That's what we used to say.
Right, how was school? Gay?
Well, you can't say that anymore, unfortunately. Jaden Daniels ahead of Lamar. Interesting. It's very interesting. Josh McBride at the 1-2 turn. You mean 2-3 turn? Yeah, that's. I mean, you got to be safe too in these leagues. Josh has Baltimore week 1, which should be. My uncle's on here. He says, "Hey."
Hi.
She says, "Hi." Hey, something that came out of your mouth that wasn't hate speech towards gays.
Oh my god.
Making progress. Yeah, in a guillotine league, Kappa, Josh Allen and McBride. That's money. That is money. Is it a half PPR? Kenneth Walker going at the 310. Still got a couple quarterbacks on the board. I doubt they will fall back to me, but crazier shit's happened. I'm going to queue up a couple guys. Oh, 14 teams half PPR, 4 per passing. That makes Josh Allen super appealing. And same with Trey McBride. When you get spread out the teams a little bit more, those onesie positions get thin towards the end if you wait. And the half PPR makes Josh Allen just a monster. Burrow to Chase in the chat. Is he? If you're here, say what up. That's the dude. That's Burrow to Chase. M2M. All right, I'll be nice about your team. Thoughts on the St. Brown at 7? Kappa loves that. He loves St. Brown. I'm a little bit more on consensus, maybe behind. George Kittle going at 36. I don't think I've seen him go that high. Let's see. Okay, I've seen him go 35. Breece Hall, man, he is falling to becoming a value in my mind. Start getting him in the 4th round. He loves St. Brown. Are you a Lions fan or just a fan of good football players? Because that's what he is. Ooh, okay. Yeah, Nico. See, I wish I was ballsy enough to take Drake London in the first round. I just always have the hope because I've seen him go like almost to like 16 overall that I can get him in the second round. So I'll go like running back and hope to get Drake London. Because I have London right next to Nico. It's Nico in London, like ahead of everyone but neighbors. I know people might think that's blasphemy to say I have Drake London ahead of St. Brown, but the thing that scares me, man, is Tesla. Maybe this is more of a Jameson Williams problem, but the Tesla thing, the fact that they traded Tim Patrick, who is kind of a locker room guy there, and they like him. He's a good blocker. Is Tesla's going to see the field, and if you had him as an actual weapon, guy that's going to command some targets, Tesla, Laporta, Gibbs, St. Brown, JMO. That's five. And if for some reason the Lions take a step back, that's just a lot of mouths. A lot of mouths to feed. I didn't realize that like Tesla's film was great. He had 28 receptions in college. And granted, he played it in Arkansas, but 28 receptions. And like they traded up. I think they traded a third, 2/3. Their third this year and third next year to move up like 10 spots in the third round to grab him. So they have to have plans for him. Okay. Ooh. Fuck. Marvin and Trey McBride in the same team. Oh, shit. Joe Burrow? Shit. Yeah. Haha. If I didn't have McBride, I probably would have taken Marvin Harrison. But I don't trust Kyler that much to have two passing weapons on that team. God, Marvin falls so late. He's not even going to be drafted in the fucking fourth round. So I was a little distracted. Sutton went at the 4-4. Xavier Worthy is starting to gain some steam. Definitely gaining steam with the suspension of Rice. Can't go Chuba. Bless you. Maybe I can get one of these two guys. I will take Marvin in the fifth. Like that's just too much value. No wide receiver in your first 4 picks in a PPR is ballsy. That is... I know. That is ballsy. I guess I didn't realize I did that, but I'm going to take the value. There are so many guys later, though. So many guys. I mean, I hate having, like, Devonta Smith as my fucking one. I mean, the last couple of years, I would go wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver almost every draft. I feel like there's just such a limited amount of, like it's 12 guys that get the full workload at running back and catch passes. That once you miss out on that, you're playing the stream game. Well, hello. Thank you, DK Metbull. 5th round. See, that makes it all worthwhile. All worthwhile. Now I can just get receiver. Yeah, it's pretty deep. Unfortunately, even if Rice falls to a super nice value, I really can't take him on this team because I'll be officially starting a scrub at flex. Can't be doing that. So I want to get on the Rice. If he starts falling, I saw him. He went 76th today. Like that's, dude, 6th round. If you're a good player, you can overcome those 6 weeks. You could find a guy to be wide receiver 3 for you. And when he comes back, that's just like making a great trade. I'm not even a Rice guy. I think he's way overrated as a player, but they like him in KC. They find the way to get him the ball. So he's gonna be a top 15 guy when he comes back. Hey, me and Kappa, DK boys. the 5'4", what pick is that? That's 48, 52. Yeah, that's about the latest I've seen him go. Again, I don't know. I think DK is one of those guys that, like, it's almost like the Bo Jackson factor of we know how good of an athlete this guy is, but he has just never performed outside of his second year in the league. The end of his rookie year where he actually got snaps, and then his second year, he was like wide receiver 11. Since then, it's been wide receiver 23, wide receiver 24, and last year was like wide receiver 30 in points per game. I guess he's safe, which is funny. You're calling a guy like that safe. Where's he at? Yeah, he's latest I saw him go is 56. I don't know where all the people are at. Thanks for YouTube for keeping me company for now. Shit, a couple of streams ago we had 1,500 people. Yeah, dude, he always runs hard, and the problem with him is he gets in fights on the field a lot, and like you have to the risk of the not even a suspension, but just getting ejected. But like that dude wants to win. He's gonna hustle. I'm not even saying that because the Buda Baker chase down. He's a gamer, man, and I think he cares too much, and it's kind of hurt him. Like he needs to just kind of settle in and play football. Like I like the edge, man, but there's a little bit more of a zen approach. Like look at how Larry Fitzgerald played, right? That guy was super zen, but probably one of the hardest players. Played the hardest of anyone I knew. Never gave up on plays, but he was super chill out there. Metcalf is one of those dudes that, like, it's a fun pick. Like, he scores his fantasy points in very fun ways. Or, like, the exact opposite of Rashee Rice, right? That's boring as hell. It's not exciting. Let's see what boy Burrow Chase did. James Conner. So, he's got a pretty locked-in running back room right there. Garrett Wilson at the 4.6, man. Like that's another guy that's just, I don't care how bad Justin Fields plays, like he's gonna get 150 targets. I guess the counter to that is he's gotten that every year, and he's never finished points per game wise inside the top 20. But now you're drafting him like essentially at his floor, and maybe he's a guy that just has no upside. I just know he's a fucking elite player. We had this argument on the pod, Caps. It was St. Brown or Garrett Wilson, who's a better player, like talent-wise. And I know St. Brown's killed it in the NFL. I feel like if you take him out of Detroit, it's a different story, where Garrett Wilson's the opposite of Detroit. He's playing in hell. So what is your answer? I think you're a Garrett Wilson guy, right, Kappa? You have Garrett Wilson as a better player than St. Brown? Jerry Jeudy. Yick. That's gross. Okay, there's still some dudes here. Rice is just staring at me. And I really just can't take a running back. You sack of shit. Ooh, Rashee Rice from Burrow to Chase. All right. Well, I thank you for that one because I literally could not take him on this squad with this build. You can start Connor at flex, and you just need one more receiver to fill out your lineup. So I do like that. All right, let's see who I can get here. Waddle, Adunze, Olave. I'm going to get one of those guys, and then it gets gross. Oh, fuck. Pearsall. Waddle. Olave. Let's take a little gander here. Notes. I think I'm going to go Waddle. Seems real gross. Not really a Waddle guy. Well, the thing about, he said he won't take Addison now. When the news came out that he was going to play the first 4 weeks, it looked like the ideal pick, and I saw a lot of people doing this in like best balls and early drafts, was taking both Addison and Rice, and they kind of covered their suspensions. And had you done that, now you just don't have either of them to start the year. All right, I just want one of these two guys. As long as one of these two guys fall, Pearsall or Olave. But I need a backup plan. I think it might be Diggs, dude. Fuck, I don't like Golden, but comes a point where Jaden Reed is looking like probably not going to play week 1. Wicks, I haven't heard much about him. He's out. So you got Dubs. I mean, you got Tucker Kraft, of course, but you have Dubs and him. And Dubs is not a good player, so it's going to be Matthew Golden playing 90% of the snaps. Yeah, I just don't, for like Pearsall, I don't know. Kappa said he's scared of the 49ers wide receiver situation. But like, who's going to, like, Jennings comes back right now. He's healthy. He's probably the one, but he's the sacrificial X receiver. Okay. Makes my decision easy. There we go. I don't even really look at buys, and sometimes that fucks me. Take the best players available. I'm loving this fucking squad right now. It's great. There's 2 people watching this. Kappa and fucking Berta Chase. No one's seeing this glory. God damn it. It's glory. It's Glory Hole Team. I'm going to change my name to Glory Hole Team. Dennis Reynolds would love that. Well, Deandra. That's what they call a glory hole. Oh, that's such a nice pick, dude. With your specific team. It's crazy to say like a rookie receiver is safe in the beginning of the year, but like Golden is going to be safe. Maybe by week 5 it might be crowded, and if he doesn't play well, maybe he doesn't get as many snaps. Dude, Keon Coleman at the 7-8. I love Keon Coleman, but that's quite early. How was the new season of Sunny? Kappa asked. Not great. Not great. I mean, the last 4 seasons have been pretty bad. There was 2 or 3 memorable episodes, but I don't know. Ray loved it. He said he's been loving it. I don't. Just average. Hey, Story in the chat. What up, Story? You're one of 3 people. Get some people on here. Come on. Market my shit. Market our shit. I would give the new season of Sunny a D+, though. Maybe my bar is too high because I'm still like ranking it as it had its old glory, where like a show like Seinfeld left on top. But if you think about it, yeah, Seinfeld only has, what is it, 9 seasons, Story? But all the seasons have like 20 episodes. The new Sunny seasons have 8, and like recently they've all had like 8 or 10. So I think in totality they have the same amount of episodes total for each show, even though Sunny has 17 seasons. So that just shows how great Seinfeld was. It never fell off, even after losing Larry David. 9 seasons, yeah. So it never fell off. Dude, I mean, we did our list, Story, that half of our top 10 episodes were from like seasons 8 and season 9. I know yours especially. You had a fuckload from the last 2 seasons. I mean, for me, like I kind of stopped watching South Park, and I watched a couple last night. I didn't realize there's like 27 seasons now. And I'm a loyal South Park guy. Same with Family Guy. But those have just been going so long. Like Sunny is a show I'm gonna watch like the day it comes out every time. I've taken a break from Seinfeld because for like 2 years, that's what I put on to fall asleep. And I'm like, my thinking was, oh, I've seen every episode 10 times. Like, I'm not going to get drawn in. And I've seen an episode so many times, I'm still like drawn in. I'm like, oh, I'll watch the rest of this one. And then the next one will start. Oh, I love that episode. I mean, there is no bad ones. All right, should probably pay attention to this draft a little bit. Tyler Warren at the 8-4. I bet you wanted that one, Burrow Chase. I was telling a story in text earlier. Tyler Warren earlier today, same setup, FANTRAX, went at it was the 412. So pick 48, which is just fucking madness. Season 1 of Seinfeld's pretty ass. Season 2 had some promise, though, and it was getting there with the character development. But, yeah, like we said in the pod, seasons 3 through seasons 9 is the best television, at least the best comedy ever made. I even have anyone on my queue? I do not. It might be time to take... Ooh, Jordan Mason might be good here. I think Jordan Mason is the dude. Story says that person who took Warren at the 412 must be the tight ends coach for the Colts. No, I think people, because he is a great prospect and he killed it his last year at Penn State. I think the Bowers thing, similar to the Laporta thing, has kind of just warped our mind. But what I told the dude in the what's my pick? Yeah, Jordan Mason. That works, right? Eight and 5 by a 6. Cool. What I told the dude in the chat, I was like, dude, bad pick. I didn't want to be a dick, but I was like, if you love Warren that much and you're calling Brock Bowers, his yardage number in Vegas right now is, I think it's 525. Super fucking low. So I was like, dude, just instead of taking him at the 412, which is not value, bet $2,000 in that yardage total, because he can hit that and still be like tight end 12. I feel like tight end 10. So that just shows me that Vegas doesn't believe in it, and they're not usually that far off. If he's sometimes being drafted like next to, that was an outlier, but usually I've seen him go around the Kelsey range. So it would be like round 6, round 7. Yeah, usually around like pick 75. I'm not about it. I don't know. Call me crazy. But Story, as you know, I believe in the Colts receiver room as more talented players than you do. I know Michael Pittman's a dog. I know he's good. Multiple 100-yard catch seasons. And I know Josh Downs is an elite separator. I like Alec Pierce. People seem... He's a yak monster. No, the yak monster is Tucker Kraft, man. Ed and Mitchell's getting a lot of hype, though. JT's going to get a million touches. They have Danny Dimes. I don't know. Maybe it's going to be a Brock Bowers situation, but that said, I took him in the 10th tonight. I'm in for that. So right now, as this recording, Story, you'd rather have Warren over Kraft? I'd say in full PPR, I probably would too. In half PPR, I think I want Kraft. I could guarantee he's going to have more touchdowns than Warren. I could see Warren becoming like the check down option for Danny Dimes. But the Colts are already projected for a bottom 10 offense. Packers are projected for a top 10 offense. Kraft went before. Yeah, I'm asking though in general, would you rather, so our draft on Friday, me and you were doing, that's full PPR, FANTRAX. Who are you taking? If we have the choice, because you know who I'm going to want to take. But I'll oblige you. Fuck, I have Pearsall. I can't take him. Speaking of Josh Downs. What's up with Mims? No news, huh? My flex is going to be disgusting. This sucks. I mean, do I want to fucking take Jennings and have Pearsall? And just this fucking sucks, dude. I think I'm going to do that. Just because of value. I think I'm going to do that. Team's kind of falling apart. Nope, not going to take them. I'm going to kind of hedge my bet with the Pearsall thing with Jennings. Doesn't really help me week 1. Because do I really want to start both of them? Probably not. This is a different squad. I have a flex problem. Those receivers just flew off the board. It's a different type of squad. So we don't like drafting bench wide receivers like early. Kyler Murray on top of the queue. He'll sit there for a long fucking time. Well, story says we've seen Tucker Kraft do it already. We kind of have seen Tucker Kraft do it. He's been relevant. But he hasn't really done it. There goes Evan Ingram. Is that ahead? Is Kraft still on the board? See, I would take Kraft. I did take Ingram over Kraft in the last draft. That's just because if I don't do those things, I'll end up having like 13 Tucker Kraft shares. Yeah, if Tucker Kraft doesn't break out this year, it's on him. Well, it's just funny. As his rookie year, Luke Musgrave had all the noise and all the chatter. Motherfucker took Nick Chubb. That was going to be my pick. So I need someone to maybe start week 1, dude. Speak of the devil. There he goes. Someone took Mixon? Ew. Oh, he backed it up with Chubb, though, so I guess that's okay. But I don't know, man. I don't think Nick Chubb is playing football. Or, sorry, I don't think Joe Mixon's playing football this year. Ford, Sampson, JCM. Yeah, I could wait on those guys, though. JCM went, right? Yeah, 8-5. He's always gone. Mims could be an interesting pick right here. Not a Mims guy. I don't know what the injury is. Keenan Allen doesn't do anything. I just take Ayuk and get all the fucking Niners receivers. Dude, I think Hollywood Brown. Well, that's disgusting, but could be an early season guy to kind of get me through. Yeah, that's going to be the pick. Yeah, but hey, we saw Kareem Hunt just dominate, like for fantasy, be relevant. He's practicing again though. Story. I mean, Hollywood Brown's always hurt, so. I think what I have to do is start hammering running back and just buy some time at that flex position. But I mean, when you have Burrow and McBride, that kind of allows you to have a weaker flex. That's why I never go early quarterback, early tight end. I didn't even realize I did it because when Burrow to Chase in the chat said no wide receivers in the first 4 rounds is ballsy, I was like, yeah, it is. Who did that? And it was me. His ankles, yes. Hollywood Brown's ankles are paper mache. Papier-mache? I don't know. I just haven't seen Burrow go that late. That was fucking super late, dude. That was the 44th, 45th pick? 46th pick? That's the only elite guy I've actually even been targeting. I can't take Mims. I can't have a bunch of hurt guys. Oh. That's a team for this dude. Cedric Tillman. That's my dude. Maybe I'll start his ass week 1. It's the mark of a true championship team, starting the Browns' second receiver in week 1. Correction, their first receiver. Papier mache hats. This is a paper mache hat. You call the doorman Samuel. All right, that's it for receiver for me. Till like the last round. I got 6 of them. There goes the handcuffs. I should be able to get 2 of them, though. 2 elites. Burrow to Chase, where are you from? Is it Cincinnati or is it Detroit? Maybe. I'm going to guess Louisville, actually. That's my guess. Sticking with that, Louisville. Oh, it's a Canadian. All my experiences with Canadians, I'm from Chicago, very pleasant. Very pleasant. Very good folk up there. Opposed to those fuckers from Mexico. Kidding. They're actually really hard workers. Oh, yeah, I don't watch hockey. We had a nice run with the Blackhawks. Got a couple buddies from Canada I played Xbox with, and they I just disregard any hockey conversation they have. I spent a month in Windsor one night. What does that mean? The chicks at Cheetahs bled me dry. Ooh. Yeah, we're all from Chi-Town. So you left there with no fluids left in your body is what you're saying, Story. Which, if I can take a guess, you have a lot of fluids. Trey Benson. I'll say this. You took Denver's defense. I will say that's the one defense that I don't hate on for people taking early because I know they're going to be elite. Oh, bled you dry like no cash in your wallet. Okay. This motherfucker took Algier. No. It's way early, dude. I like what he did there. Drake May. Denver is by far the best. That's part of my hate for Bo Nix this year in fantasy. I shit on your number 2 defense earlier. Who was that? I don't believe in drafting any defense just because I don't like starting them against the elite teams. Like I see teams drafting Baltimore's defense, and granted they're not Denver's level. That's more like a name brand thing of like how they're always good. They play the Bills week 1. Are you going to start fucking Baltimore's defense against the Bills week 1 in that most likely shootout? It's got like a 51 over under. Yeah, San Fran has a great schedule. They also have like 8 rookies. Nice Najee Harris pick, man. If he's back week 1, he should be a fucking 9th rounder. I just don't trust that defense. Like I just don't think they have like blue chippers anymore. But their schedule does look on paper fucking cake. I mean, there's a reason they have a 10.5 win total after winning 6 games last year. Dark Horse defense. There you go. Look at that. This guy knows his shit. Dark Horse defense for me, I know it sucks because week 1 they play the Niners, is the Seahawks. They're going to be a fucking ground and pound team, and they have fucking playmakers all over that secondary. Pretty solid pass rush. So if you can get past, if you want to roll with like a defense, which I like to just play a different one every week, unless I find one that sticks. I think the Seahawks have top 10 potential, like real life and fantasy. Okay. Fucking Ray Davis is gone. The fuck out of here, man. I have to take Jerome Ford. This is gross. I fucking hate this pick. That is fucking terrible.
A lot.
Yeah. I just took Jerome Ford. I hate it. New England, yep. Great schedule. Again, I don't know how much I like the players they have, though. But I mean, the way I stream defenses is always, it's not about the defense as much as who they're facing. You find the top 3, it's like the anti-circus teams that they have on offense, like the Bengals. The top 3 shit offenses, just crush them. Who's that going to be this year? Saints, Browns, for sure. Maybe the Giants. Yeah, Algier went at the freaking 12. He went 12-1, dude. Usually I get him in like the 14th. But I suppose Ford works for me because he might be. I'm going to have to figure out my flex. And that's disgusting. Who it's going to be. Spears, White, Dowdle. Story says, let me tell you this. If Bijan gets hurt this year, I'm buying a boat. You also say the Dolphins are the anti-circus team that you want to start defenses against. You're so down on the Dolphins, dude. It's insane. Number 2 offense in the league 2 years ago. Same exact fucking cast. Probably a worse O-line, but also the worst defense ever. So you're saying that the buying a boat thing, if Bijan gets hurt, is that because you have every share of Algier? I kind of do too, but I also have a lot of Bijan, so. Yeah, a lot of negativity surrounding the Dolphins. I don't like this. I don't know anything about Rachaad White yet. They haven't fucking released any news. Dowdle. McDaniel's pretty nerdy, man. He kind of makes us look like John Stamos.
I love John Stamos.
I know, he's a cool guy. Purdy falls so late in these drafts. Did we take Purdy earlier or did we take Dak?
Purdy.
Yeah, we got him. Like, he went even later. He does one of the three guys. It's either Purdy, Dak, Fields, and there's one other one. Maybe it's like Herbert. One of them will fall to like the 14th or 15th round every draft. So I think the plan is to take one of those guys. That's the thing, is you can almost wait to where you took Purdy and just have him as your starter. I know he doesn't have quite the upside of Baker or Mahomes, but like he's going to be a top 12, top 10 guy.
Oh, yeah.
Jordan Love is the one.
Didn't Baker go before Mahomes too?
Yeah, but I've seen that. Let's see who's still available. There's going to be a couple, like Jared Goff. That's the one. Look at that, ADP 108. And Herbert are available, and I know Lawrence is always available. That's more a risky pick, though. Yeah, Purdy was fucking great last year, and he had no left tackle for most of the year, no weapons, no McCaffrey. I guess on the other end of it, their defense was just atrocious. So I don't know how much better the defense is going to be this year. It might seem better because their schedule's so easy, but talent-wise, they lost a lot of dudes. This is the running back handcuff. Well, that's a bad pick. Garendo. This is the running back handcuff draft, man. There's nobody left. Should probably take my backup quarterback, huh? Jared Goff, pick 159. Their ADPs are slow to update. It finally did, because like the first one I did, Chase Brown was down at like 31, and now I think he's at 18. But it takes. Garendo has no value. Garendo has no value that B-Rob's in town. Garendo, we both like Garendo coming out story, but that dude gets hurt going shopping at Jewel. I mean, he can't stay healthy. I think that move just means they gave up on Garendo. And like, I guess my thing is, why did Kyle Shanahan come out and directly say B-Rob's the backup and second string? He didn't need to say that. Like, what does he have to gain by saying that? Like, make B-Rob earn it, maybe? I don't know. They gave up the capital for him. But that tells me that B-Rob's the guy, and Garendo, he didn't get cut or anything, but they still have Jordan James there. So I feel like Jordan James' profile is more as a pass catcher than Garendo. So I think he might be in line for snaps more. Garendo is a great athlete. Well, the craziest thing about the Niners is there is a team that maybe I'm wrong about saying Garendo has no value because, like you said in the pod yesterday, something in the water there in San Fran. So, like, essentially the RB3 ends up getting like 3 starts a year. So Garendo might start. Maybe B-Rob, and he's already been hurt multiple times. Or maybe the Niners just wanted to just collect guys that have gotten shot before. You got Ricky Pearsall, you got B-Rob. I hear Plexico Burris is coming out of retirement. Grab him. Although is that the same thing because he shot himself? I think it's time for my backup quarterback. I think Herbert's probably the safe bet. Oh, I love me some T-Law. Ooh, Woody Marks would have been a good one. So you're saying you're only taking quarterback, defensive teams, and kickers? See, I don't draft defenses and kickers ever this early because there's so much shit that can happen. Maybe I'm a little like reverse scarred because of the James Conner year that Le'Veon was holding out, and James Conner was going like undrafted, and I took him everywhere in like the 18th round, and then that was 3 weeks before the season started. Le'Veon holds out, doesn't play. James Conner is a league winner. I had him everywhere. I made the playoffs in every league. So there's just a lot of shit's been happening. A lot of funky stuff. Funky butt loving. Justin Herbert in the 15th.
What's that from?
Funky butt loving. I want to say it's a Adam Sandler movie. You're right. The kickers and defenses, or the players I'm drafting ahead, they will be dropped, and that's the point. I don't care. There's a chance that they won't be dropped if something happens, and I'll just drop the guy I drafted in the 16th, if that makes sense. Shit could happen. I mean, that's ETN is possibly getting traded. Like, there's just injuries happen. Marvin Mims got hurt today. I always go back to the year 2 years ago when both J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards got hurt the last week, or it was the Thursday practice of the opening day. They played Sunday. They both tore their ACL, and they had to go to their third string running back. I forget who it was. But in that case, that guy's typically not drafted. Ha! Story. It's from Rookie of the Year, Funky Butt Loving. That's why Story's in the movie pods with me, because I should have known that. Did he just say Funky Butt Loving? That kind of reminds me of the scene in Billy Madison where he's like, that guy's balls are weird. If you guys want to stay on after the draft and do draft grades, M2M, what's your name? I don't know what to call you. M2M, Burrow to Chase. He's Canadian, so what's a Canadian name? What's a Canadian name? I'm guessing your name's not Jose or Jamal. Pierre? Are you Pierre? I'm going to call you Pierre until you say something. Sean Tucker would be a guy like that, where I would take, and if Rashad White for some reason isn't ready and he's out 4 weeks, he becomes a handcuff. Hey.
Funky butt loving.
Funky butt loving. Want to say hi to everyone?
No. I don't think crap.
I'd say flash your titties, but that would definitely get marked. And oh, funny enough, my parents are from South America, so Jose wasn't that crazy. Oh, I was right. I'm still going with Pierre though. Yeah, it's a dragonfly.
Oh.
He's just chilling.
Should I try to let him out? He's been in.
Let out the dragonfly, like take him on a walk with a leash.
Yeah. Yeah, take him out on a leash.
How many of these FANTRAX are you in, Pierre? I know we're in at least like 6 together. I think we've already done 4 together. Get him. Save him. You got him?
Yeah.
You're saving a life.
I'm gonna let him.
Sorry, insects have no souls.
It does too.
No. 8 250s this year. All right. Did 6 last year. I'm a sicko, so my numbers are. I've actually tapered down. I'm going to do 24 this year. That's counting home leagues. But there was a year I did 26. And then I had gone down to like 18 or 20 for a couple years. I guess the thing is, when you're doing 18 or 20, what the hell's 4 more leagues? 8's a sweet spot, though. You can be 24. I'm in a 500. And then some of my home leagues are only like 150 to 200. Yeah, I'm in one $100 league. Just because there's not that many 250s on here, dude. There's only like 14 or something. There's only like 6 500s, and those didn't work. Yeah, so pretty much 24 200-ish dollar leagues. Who can I take? Moster. Ooh, that could be one. Actually, is Pat Bryant available?
Berwood Chase still in there?
Yeah.
His name's Pierre.
Fuck yeah, he is. No, I'm just calling him Pierre because he's from Canada. That's more of a French name, I think.
Canada?
Canada, yeah. Gabba says, do I draft differently from 500 to 250? No. Nope. Same format. No, the drafts are usually a little sharper, so it ends up being a little different. This one I feel like is pretty sharp. I haven't seen a lot of dumb things, and there's a lot of the backup running backs went really early.
So you're saying the $50 one had hella dumb stuff?
Yes.
Hmm.
Pierre says, I'm still calling you Pierre. Did like 40, 50 best ball mania and underdog 2. Yeah, I did every small, like almost every smaller tournament. I don't like investing 20. I know like the payout's huge, but they're just so big. And the problem with those is they go from the start of best ball or the start of like underdog to now. So like the teams, the winner comes from a time where you get crazy value. You know, guys that drafted Nick Chubb in the last round before he signed, things like that, where like I don't like the uneven playing field. It's almost like when did you draft matters more than who did you draft. But I like all the small ones that end up opening and closing in like 4 days. So the player pools ADPs are all pretty similar. But I've done so many on DraftKings. I did drafters. I got $1,400 in best ball, which I'm not happy about. And they're all tournaments, so like I'm gonna be lucky if I like get $1,000 back. I'm gonna take Pat Bryant. But it's entertainment for me, best ball is, and it's practice. You know, like you just sleepwalking. When you've done so many drafts, you're not caught off guard as much. We've all been there. I think the stream I did when I had the first pick, I think it was at the 3 or the 4-5 turn. I just like, granted back-to-back picks, I like panicked. Ooh. Still a couple running backs available. Grab a nun guy, he says. Yeah, that would be a guy too. If the news comes out before the start of the season that Roshan, I mean, we thought he was going to get cut. You did, that he's the number 2 there. Because either whatever I'm taking here is going to get dropped unless news breaks. So I got to find a guy that could potentially get into that spot, right? Get into a relevant spot because none of these guys are relevant. And kicker is such a fucking toss-up outside of the top couple guys. They cut Wheeler? Fuck's Wheeler? You take another defense here, Pierre? I'm only rolling with one tight end right now. Yeah, that's a good call. I have one other guy that's not a running back that I do like, just if an injury could, and you'll know who it is. I'm not going to say it because I don't want Pierre to take him. And for me, I'm more hurting at wide receiver than running back in this draft. He took Hunts. The guy I'm considering is Yoshi Vash. But I think Miles Sanders actually might be the guy to take here. Maybe news comes out. What does it say about him? Either way, this guy's getting dropped. Oh, Monongai's already gone. Take Miles Sanders. And I can say I drafted Miles Sanders. It feels good. All right, you guys want to stick around for draft grades? I'm gonna do them. I don't want to do them by myself. That'd be weird. Pierre, I'm giving your team an F. What? Isaac Tesla was available? Where was I? What was I doing? How far down is he? Well, that's a whiff for me. Probably a guy I would have wanted to keep. All right, we're going to get to draft grades here. All right, KAM. We got Jamar Chase, JSN, Marvin Harrison. Make sure this is the right one. This is the right one. Chase, JSN, Harrison as his starting 3 with Jaden Reed as his flex and Wan'Dale Robinson. Okay. Maybe Scattaboo. And his running backs are Hampton, Harvey, Scattaboo, Jaden Blue, Tootin. So he's got Mahomes and Hawkinson. His flex is a question. Scattaboo, Jaden Blue, Wan'Dale maybe week 1. That's pretty gross, considering he didn't go early quarterback or early tight end. What is your grade for this one, boys? From the 1 spot, I know it's tough on the 2-3 turn. His bench is gross. Coker's probably a good pick. Right. It's because Mahomes, the theory is Mahomes is so much closer to Joe Burrow than he is to Dak Prescott. Right. Story says could have taken a solid flex there instead of taking Mahomes. He's just going to discount every Mahomes team, but in this case, he has a point because Jaden Reed's probably not playing week 1. If he is playing week 1, guy already doesn't play a lot of snaps. Like, is he going to play a lot? You can't play Scattaboo. I still call him Boo. Jaden Blue, Tootin maybe. He's a third if they don't make a trade. So no flex there. I like the receivers though. Wouldn't go less than a B-. I like some of the upsides. I mean, you love Harvey's story. Hampton with the news of Najee probably playing week 1. Like, he should start falling later than this. Pick 25. Like, taking a Hampton ahead of Kyron Williams is just silly. I'm giving it a C, a solid C. I think middle of the road team, just because there's the questions with the flex. I don't like that. All right, next team. Kappa, are you in here? You got a grade for that? Dill. We'll call him Dill Pickle. Bijan and Kyron at running back. He's got McConkey, McLaurin, DJ Moore, and Debo. Debo's his flex, possibly with Aaron Jones as a flex. He's got Cooper Kupp. Benches, ETN, Braylon Allen. That's it. So he only has 5 running backs. Dalton Kincaid's a starting tight ends, and Kyle Pitts. Whoa. Caleb's a starting quarterback. CJ Stroud and Caleb. I don't know about this team. So DJ's is 3, Debo's is flex. I feel like he should have much more firepower since he waited at both quarterback and tight end. I guess that's my thing. But generally give better grades to teams that load up on skill players just because you can't trade in these leagues. So the fact that you have all this depth is nice. I mean, I've been ripping on Cooper Cup all year. The fact that you have Cup and ETN, which are two big question marks, I guess that pairs well with Aaron Jones because Aaron Jones is a steady Eddie. So what is your guys' grade for this team? I gave the first one a C. Again, A through F. C being middle of the road, A being a surefire bye week team, F being bottom two. Dill is a C. I'm going to give it a C plus just because waiting, if Caleb Williams hits, like this team will be, I know that's a big if, but Cam better than Dill. Cup was a wasted pick. Kind of. I think ETN was a wasted pick, personally. Oh, B plus. That's a nice grade. I'm going to give him a C plus. Not a fan. DB Cooper. Been playing against this guy for a couple years now. CeeDee Lamb, T. Higgins, Tet McMillan, and Olave. Olave's his flex. He's got Bowers, Tony Pollard, and Tracy with Charbonnet. I kind of like that as a 3. Downs, Kyler Murray. So Downs is his bench receiver. Kyler is a starting quarterback. So Kyler and Bowers. He's got Mims, Shipley. So he's a little light on running back here. I'm going to let you see the name, DB Cooper. Lamb, Higgins, McMillan, Olave. You know I love Olave. It's a good flex. Tracy should be good. So he should be good early in the year. I think Tracy's going to be a solid like RB18 and RB20 in the first month, 2 months of the season. So I'm actually going to give this one a B. Kyler pretty late. I know a lot of people hate on Kyler, but like he's just going to finish quarterback 11. I know that's not great, but some spike weeks, some big letdown weeks, and then he has Bowers in his team. So that's the thing I'm factoring in. DB is a B minus. Yeah, RB gets real dry. But like early in the year, he's going to be fine because Pollard's going to get a massive workload. And Tracy and Pollard, like those guys are more questionable later in the year. But you get a guy like Charbonnet. I wish he had maybe gotten. I mean, Ollie Gordon could be a good pick. You got Rodriguez. I wish he had gotten one more early-ish running back, but I guess there's no one else there to grab. So I had B. You got B minus. Story, what is your grade for DB? B minus. Okay, I'm the highest on DB Cooper. What up, bro? All right, my team. I'm not going to give it a grade since we have 2 of you. Gibbs, Jacobs, McBride, Burrow. Very, very wild start in a PPR. Metcalf, Waddle, Pearsall, and then Mason. I don't really have a flex. I have Jennings, Hollywood, and Tillman. I don't like having 2 Niners receivers, but Gordon might be usable. Yeah. Ford, Dowdle, Corum, blah, 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 shit bench. So, you guys got to give me your grades. I don't even know how I feel about this team. I think I'm super safe with McBride and Burrow. Like, I just need to figure out the flex, which is probably the easiest spot to figure out. Going early quarterback, early tight end, the value I got on those guys, I couldn't not do it. McBride usually goes end of second. Burrow usually goes mid-third. Whoa, you have Burrow closer to 60. Flex is going to be an issue. No, not all year. Not all year, Story. I'm not as worried about it, though, because I have a top 2 tight end, and in my mind, a top 2, top 3 quarterback. I mean, Joe Burrow, is there any safer bet right now in fantasy? It's 20 yards per point, man. It's not necessarily just a scrambler league, so. Yeah, I get it. Flex is going to be an issue when you do what I did. I don't know why I did it, but I feel like it was value where I got him. I'm going to guess Story's going to say C+, and I think I'm going to get a C- from Pierre. I can take the heat, boys. Jordan Mason, though. That's the X factor. This isn't bad for 2 early onesies, but there's a lot of volatility with DK, Waddle, and Pearsall. Yeah, I agree. especially Pearsall, and I guess Waddle too. Those were the best available. That's the risk you take. I guess I'd say I love the upside of this team. Yeah, this could be a missed playoffs for me, and I usually don't draft teams that are glaring like this. But we're gonna move on. Chain gang: Jefferson, Devonta Smith, Godwin is his third receiver. Christian Kirk is his third receiver. Early in the year, Keenan Allen. He had a similar build to me with Kelsey. He has Allen and Kelsey. His running backs are JT, Kamara, David Montgomery. He's got Brian Robinson Jr., early kicker. Rashad White, Keith Mitchell. Kate Otten, I know he got hurt today, but that could be a really nice last pick. You're right. You basically can't, and like, trust me, I hate doing it. I fucking hate it. But like when I look on the board, I'd never seen Burrow even go. I got him in the 4th round in the first draft at pick 40, and I feel like that was the latest I've seen him go. Like, and now we're talking about pick 48. Like, the value's got to be there. Montgomery was a bad pick with this build. It's PPR. You're not getting. I mean, yes, if Gibbs gets hurt, great, but that's early, and he's essentially had to start Montgomery as his flex because he's starting Christian Kirk as his wide receiver 3, and then Keenan Allen or Montgomery's his flex. Josh Allen's nice, but Kelsey is. I guess he'll probably be good early in the year when Rice is suspended. But story says solid starting running backs for Monty. And Monty has a 3. Wide receivers is bad. Not sure about this team. If Kelsey has lost a step, C-. Kirk as a wide receiver 3 is horrible. I actually do think with the questions about Jaden Higgins and Noel, and they're playing the other guy, the guy Hutchinson, the guy I love from Iowa State, they drafted 2 years ago. He's actually kind of running ahead of these dudes. So I think Kirk is going to be good early in the year, like usable, but it's a very unsexy click. I'm going to have D+ for this team. I just don't. It was saying with Josh Allen. I love Jefferson and Taylor and Allen and Kamara. All right, I'm going to go C- actually because I like that start. And Smith too. I just don't like the build, and with Godwin, it might be rough. D for you, maybe D+. Yeah, I guess we do have to factor in, though, he has some blue chippers with Jefferson, JT, Allen, Kamara, and Smith. So the first 5 picks, I'm not a big Smith guy, the first 5 picks are good, but then the next 5 picks are bad. And that's just as important, honestly. Not good grades there. All right, we're going to call him Pag. I don't want to try to read right now. Saquon at 6, that's pretty nice. So Saquon and Chuba are his running backs. He's got A.J. Brown, Evans, Adunze, Shakir as his 4. Jalen Hurts at the 4-7 is lovely. Mark Andrews at 7-6 is pretty lovely too. Javonte Williams, Stevenson, so he's got some insulation at running back there. Way early on Baltimore's defense, which you'd think it would hurt his team, but kind of like what he did. I'm giving this one a B-. Just because the A.J. Brown, Mike Evans thing is nice. Barkley and A.J. Brown's kind of weird, but that's safe. And then Adunze is an X factor. Shakir's safe. I'm giving this a B-. Pagliacci, what is that? Is that Seinfeld? Is that the opera singer? I don't know what it is. I've had quite a bit of beverages, so. What is your grade for this team? Pierre Chase says B. Yeah, that's the Seinfeld thing. It's an Italian opera about a sad clown. B or B- from Pierre. Crazy Joe Davola. I'm gonna guess Story is gonna give this team a C+. Waiting on his grade. He's a slow typer. Really smart guy, but he might have autism. I stopped paying attention to watch the clip from Seinfeld. It's a team right there. Barkley, Hubbard, Andrews, nice value. Hurts, really good value. AJ, Mike Evans. I know you're not a Doomsday guy, so that's probably going to knock it down for him because he hates the Bears, even though he's a Bears fan. He says C. All right, Verona Chase, Pierre's team. Whoops. We got St. Brown, Garrett Wilson, Rashee Rice, and Matthew Golden as his top 4 receivers. Bucky Irving, James Cook, and James Conner. So Conner will be his flex. So he's going to have St. Brown, Wilson, Golden as his wide receiver 3 to start the year with Conner as a flex with Baker. Evan Ingram, Higgins, Denver's defense, Najee, which I think is going to be a value. Purdy as his backup, Tajay Spears, and then a lot of kickers and defenses. I'm going to give this a solid... Fuck. I might give it a B+, man. Just thinking about the fact that I think you're going to be able to kind of ride the storm out and go 3-3 or 4-2 while Rice is suspended, and then once Rice comes back, that's solid. That's probably right around the time James Conner will get hurt, so that'll kind of wash out. Might have gone with more upside than Shakir. You're still talking about the wrong team. It's my best team so far. Yeah, I'm gonna go B+. Maybe he should work his way into the number 2 role there, but the reports just have not been great. And listen to what Matt Harmon has had to say about him. Like, it's not been glowing in his film. Yeah, you have to go running back early, just otherwise there's so many question marks. You need at least one. If you don't have one early, like the days of actual 0 RB, you can't do it because there's not enough usable guys unless you're going to literally trust like Javonte and Nick Chubb. If you believe in Garrett Wilson, this is a great start outside of Rice in the 6. We don't know what Golden is yet either. Well, Golden's going to be a snap eater, and Jordan Love's good. So, I mean, Garrett Wilson in the mid-4th, that's good. Like, there's not a lot of downside in that pick. Now, how much upside is there, we don't know, but I think that's a safe-ass wide receiver, too. That does feel good. I mean, Garrett Wilson in any part of the 4th round feels good because early in best ball, he was going at the 2-3 turn, which is just batshit crazy. And, like, that guy just has ability. Wait, he drafted Spears? A+. Not in the 5th round, though, Story. Yeah, I'm going to give this a B+. I want to give it an A-, but... Yeah, good. Golden pairs well with Rice. You get that? Okay, JC. Puka. Starts with Puka, Henry. So he's got Puka, Worthy, Ridley, and Keon Coleman. I love Keon Coleman, but that's super early on Coleman. He took Coleman ahead of Diggs. Puka, Worthy, Ridley, and Coleman's his flex with Henry and Swift as his running backs. Jaden Daniels and David Njoku are his onesies. He's a Kool-Aid drinker with Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, a.k.a. Bill. Tank Bigsby. We got Burden, Leggett, Ferguson, Monungai pretty early. You took Monungai ahead of Spears. This team, what do I think about it? Puka, Worthy, Ridley. I do like that combo. Keon Coleman, I mean, I can't hate it. It's early. I like Swift. I'm giving this a B-. Ahead of the curb. I like this team. But it's really, really light at running back. I guess he has Monungai with Swift, but it's light at running back. So, and it's kind of light at receiver if you think about it, because you got Keon Coleman, Burden, and Leggett. I guess those are Burden's kind of an upside guy. But I just like he's got a lot of safe. Puka Henry's a good start, and Daniels. I kind of believe in Swift, but the build of this team is a little questionable. And David Njoku's kind of crap. Story says good wide receivers, weak running backs. Daniels right now right at value, Njoku in a good spot. I go with B. All right, Lil Booster Jr. McCaffrey and Brown to start mid running backs. He's got Lamar, and he's got Sutton, J-Mo, Judy, and Stephon Diggs. Tyler Warren, that's a value for where we've been seeing him go. Dobbins, Eckler, Sampson. I want to talk to Sampson, Ayuk, Loveland. That's pretty good value on Loveland. So I like it when he did a tight end here. Like one of those guys is going to hit. Similar build to mine. He's got an issue at wide receiver a little bit, but I'm a little worried about. Are you worried about Jamison Williams' story? Because with the Tesla thing, just a lot of mouths there, man. He has been falling though because he was going at like the pick 48 or so, like early 4. Now he's going, or sorry, like late 4. Now he's going like mid to late 5. Yeah, he's a little worried about him. That's one of my bets on the fucking show. Damn it. So I like this team. Just, I mean, McCaffrey and Brown. He's got some insulation there with Dobbins, Eckler, Sampson. That's actually all he has at running back. I would have liked him to take another running back or two. Ayuk is nice. As long as Diggs is healthy, this team will be fine. Pierre says that's a C. Yeah, I'm going to give it a C as well, just based on not a lot of depth at running back or wide receiver. But he does have Lamar. So Aberseam, I only had one bad grade so far. So I think this was a pretty competitive, pretty like well-rounded draft. I think this guy thinks this build is safe, but it's not. The only safe picks are Jackson, Sutton, and Chase Brown. Yeah, I mean, Judy would be safe. He picked him in the 8th round, but he picked him kind of early, like around the range of Pickens and Flowers. So middle of the road, a C minus. All right, going to Marco. What up, Marco? Nico and Drake London. So this is an interesting start. Both teams actually. This guy went wide receiver at the 11th spot. But Collins, London, Pickens are his top 3. He's got Kenneth Walker, Travion Henderson, Pacheco, and Jalen Warren. Also Jacoby Myers, Dak in the 9th round, Tucker Kraft. I fucking love this guy's team. I mean, I fucking love this guy's team. The Nico London thing is 2 elite younger breakout receivers that are safe with upside. Kenneth Walker and Henderson are a nice pairing. I feel like that's late for Henderson where I've seen him go. And we love Pickens. Pacheco super safe. So right now Pacheco's his flex. Warren, I don't know why he picked Warren. I think he should have probably taken wide receiver there, but I think there was no one to take. That's why. Dak, I like Dak. Tucker Kraft's my boy. So he is thin at receiver. That is the one thing. Jacoby Myers is his 4. But yeah, Easy A. That's the movie with fuck's her name, the redhead. God, I'm fucking drunk. Emma Stone, Easy A. Yeah, I'm giving this an A as well. This is a fucking great. Look at that Walker Henderson turn. I mean, that is nice. And when I have a couple drafts coming up that I have the 10, 11, 12th pick, our Friday, our draft is the 11th pick. Kind of makes you a little more comfortable doing that if that can fall. And I'd been fine with Breece Hall there too. That's super nice. He got some gifts there because there's a chance they wouldn't have fallen. But then getting Pickens in the 5th as a 3rd, I mean, this is a beautiful team. If he doesn't walk into the playoffs, I'll be shocked. I will too. It's a good team. All right, and Pierre says easy B or B plus. So we got a B or B plus. I have A. Story has A. Marco, you killed it. Well, I'm not always actually I've been pretty nice on my grades the last couple streams. So there's been some where I'm just going to be honest with what I think. It doesn't mean I'm right. It's just I got the fucking mic, bro. All right, Iris. That's a good Goo Goo Dolls song. Don't want the world to see me. Okay. Neighbors. This is another 0 running back team. Let's see how it worked out. Neighbors, Brian Thomas Jr., Tyreek Hill, Breece Hall, Zay Flowers is his flex, Sam Laporta, Bo Nix. Then he hammered running back with Caleb Johnson, Joe Mixon, Nick Chubb, Trey Benson, Drake May is his backup. Probably didn't need to do that. Got Garendo. I mean, he pulled this off pretty nicely. I don't know why he took Joe Mixon because he's going to be struggling early in the year for running back. I guess because he got Chubb. Yeah, I'm really worried about Mixon. So worked out Pearly. So you don't like? I don't think it's bad. I thought you liked Caleb Johnson's story. I don't mind it. It's gonna be rough early. He's gonna be starting Nick Chubb. So it's your belief on Nick Chubb. I think he's going to be a fine top 26, maybe top 22, maybe top 18 back until Mixon's back or until he loses his job. But I wish he had gotten a couple more running backs. Like he probably didn't need to take. He should have taken Ray Davis. He needs more shots at running back, and like he doesn't need Drake May. You got Bo Nix. You took him early. Believe in that guy. Take Jared Goff 2 rounds later, because Ray Davis would have been perfect for this team. Laporta. Yeah. Well, no, actually, because I would rather have Breece Hall as my one than Travion Henderson, because we have not seen Travion Henderson play in the NFL. We've seen Breece Hall be good in the NFL. He's going to be. If you think Travion Henderson's safer than Breece Hall, I think you're on crack. Who's going to have more work? I don't think the Patriots are going to be as good as everyone thinks. I would still take Breece Hall over Henderson. That's just me. Especially as my one. As my two, I'd rather have Henderson, more upside. Anyways, I actually can get down with this team. I built some teams similar. It's risky, but he's got some outs with Caleb and Benson. Travion is safer, guaranteed. Well, I can put a guarantee on the box. Could be riding the pine. They're going to bench Breece Hall. That's a hot take. This ain't hot takes, man. Anyway, what's your grade? I'm giving it a B-. And I don't even like Brian Thomas, but I think the receiver upside is great. I don't even like Bo Nix. Why am I giving it a B-? Travion's higher upside, but like Breece Hall is a higher floor play. He's going to have more touches. He's the actual starter there. We don't know if Travion Henderson week 1 is going to get 12 touches. Pierre says B-. I'm changing mine to C+. Thinking about it, it's very, because C+ is still kind of above average. There's a lot of kind of above average teams in this league. And I do like the Benson, Chubb, Caleb Johnson thing. I just think you probably should have waited at tight end or waited at quarterback. Like I would have liked this team much better if you had just rolled with like Drake May and Trevor Lawrence or something. I know everyone loves Bo Nix, but you could have gotten, I don't know what running back you could have gotten. There wasn't much, but, or not taken, he should have not taken Laporta. If he had taken Pacheco, would we all agree this would be a way better squad? Because if he had taken Pacheco, he could have, in turn, not, I know it's easy to say this, but he could have easily taken Tucker Kraft instead of Nick Chubb. Or actually take him at 9-11, whatever. Pour one out for 9-11. He could take a Tucker Kraft. I would rather have Isaiah Pacheco and Tucker Kraft than Joe Mixon and Sam Laporta. Right. So that's, but I know it's hindsight's 2020, and I think with after the Laporta pick, he did with those 4 running backs. Mixon does give him some upside. Maybe we get some news in the next week that's promising, and he does come back week 5. But the worry is Nick Chubb loses his job and isn't that guy anymore, and Caleb Johnson is just in a 50-50 timeshare the whole year, and he's got Trey Benson as a starting running back, who I love, but that's a little worrisome. Yeah, Pacheco would have elevated this a whole letter grade, Story says. But I like some of the picks here. I don't even like Brian Thomas Jr. I think that's the bust of the year. You've heard it here first. I've been saying it all year. Super overvalued. All right, last team, essentially 2. I'm playing a lot of leagues the next week with this guy. So running back start. Genty, A-Chain, then he went Kittle. So he waited on receiver. Let's see what he pulled off. I like what he pulled off. Adams. This ain't hot takes, bro. Fuck you, Story. Adams, Mbuka, Travis Hunter, Michael Pittman, Addison, and Shaheed. He pulled this off pretty fucking well. I mean, you got safety with Adams. You have a lot of target security with Mbuka early in the year. Hunter's the X factor, but I love Hunter. Pittman's a steady guy. I want to hear a Story. Pittman's good. Addison will come back after 3 weeks, and you have him, and then Shaheed. This is great. And Justin Fields? Oh, man. And then he pairs it with Judkins, which we don't know yet, but it could be okay. Algier and Giddens. It's really thin at running back after the top 2. I mean, it's a thin running back team. You're banking on A-Chain. Problem is A-Chain might be hurt. I know the reports were good, but I don't like Kittle. 36 a little early for Kittle, but he pulled it off with the wide receivers he got, right? Aha, you're in our league on Friday, Pierre. But Pittman is fine with Danny Dimes. Pittman's always fine. Hunter as your 3 going running back, and then tight end is pretty nice. And then Addison is a nice, like, if in case one of those don't work out, Ibuka or Hunter, you have Addison coming back. And Shaheed is a nice ass pick for his 5th receiver. And I love Justin Fields. This is why you wait at quarterback. Fields I hate? What? Well, he's not very good in real life, but in fantasy he's going to crush. I mean, if you like your quarterback to have 60, if you don't like your quarterbacks to have 60 yards rushing a game, maybe you don't like that. I like that a lot. So, I like what he did, man. I'm giving this one a fucking B. I should give it higher, but I'm going to give it a B. That run at wide receiver, it really kind of, yes, B plus from Story. Fields has 0 IQ. Oh, it doesn't matter. I think he's been beaten down a little too much. He's not good at reading defenses. He's not like a Derrick Rose. He can read. I'm giving it a B. I have a lot of nice grades in this one. This is a pretty balanced draft, man. Probably the most balanced one I've been a part of. Pierre says it's a C. I guess it will matter if he throws for 130 a game and has like 14 passing touchdowns. But it would still be decent value. He'll be top 12 guy. All right. This is awesome. It's just only us 3 in here right now. So I think it's time to log off. Thank you, Pierre. Real quick, what's your actual name? So I don't have to keep on calling you Pierre. I do like calling you Pierre, but it just rolls off the tongue, you know? Good grades. 70 yards, 1. Well, if it's a rushing touchdown, it's more. That's 13. You're right. That's 19 points, by the way, Pierre. Which isn't terrible. For a 120-yard passing game, he gets 19 points. I think he's going to average more than 120 yards passing. He's probably going to average less than 70. Funny because it's Pablo. Whoa. He says, funny because it's Pablo. Some people say Pierre is the French translation. Well, dude, I'm just hitting on it tonight. My draft wasn't really a hit. But, hey, I'm higher on it than... It's a weird start. Who the hell starts off with no receivers to the 5th? This guy started in the 4th. That's why his are a little better. Hey, man, Trey McBride and Joe Burrow, baby. They're going to crush. They're going to crush. All right. I'm out. Thank you, guys. I have one tomorrow at like 9 o'clock, I think. 8 or 9. I'll be Central Time. We're going to see my block defenses all year. Yeah, we'll see about that. Pablo. All right. Later, boys.